All right. No, Sandy. Sorry. Talking to the cat. She thinks when I say, all right, I'm talking to her. And it's pat time. It's not pat time. It's report time. Da-da-da. If I had a theme song, that'd be like... Da-da-da-da. Anyhow, clearly it's 10:30 on a Sunday night. Clearly it's late. So this is a match report. Okay, let's... First things first. As promised, for those of you who'd like to get a quick snippet, I will give you the update score, and then you can leave if you want to leave. If you want to stick around, stick around. Today will be a short score, a small announcement, and then on with the match report. Okay, so that's it. So today, Castle Hill RSL Cricket Club Classics Division 1 played Warringah Classics Division 1, clearly, because they're in the same division. And Castle Hill won the game. We bowled them out 4. Quickly check the score. Trying not to hold you guys up for a lot too long. 9 for 149, so we didn't bowl them out. Got through their 40 overs for 149, and Castle Hill chased it down. There's not much more to do it. So we won the game. Very happy. In all my time of playing for Castle Hill, which is about 5, or Castle Hill Classics, we've only been around for about 5 years. We've never beaten Warringah. Very, very good side. Very, very good bunch of blokes as well. But we've not beaten them before. So today we did. On the 2-minute mark, you can now leave. You know the result. If you're hanging on it, to be honest, if you were that desperate, you could have looked up play cricket and got the result earlier than the 10:30 on a Sunday night. Anywho, that's it. So match result done. Second thing is, I think I announced in the yesterday's one, maybe last week's one, I don't know. I was moving the visibility status of this thing, this YouTube channel from, private's no good because only I can see it. I had it at public. I had some concerns about being public because I saw a DVD. I saw a DVD. I didn't see no DVD. I saw a YouTube video about this one was spamming about people soliciting YouTube channels to try for sponsorship and things and being scammed, and I was a little bit concerned about that. But what I've also since found out is that people cannot find my channel unless they've got the link. And if they've got the link, they can only watch individual episodes. They can't go back and just pick ones from history. They'd have to have the link, which most people do, but you'd have to go back through your Facebook pages and blah, blah, blah. It all got really, really complicated with the conversation I was having. I think Westy told me, good on you, Westy, you confused me. So anyway, I went, you know what? One, I'm smart enough not to be fooled by a scam. I've been working in IT for quite some time, so I'm not a stupid idiot. If someone's offering me money, that's too good to be true. It's too good to be true, so I'm probably not going to take it. 2, I'd like people to be able to, maybe someone might go, hey, I played in a game against you in 2024 or something. And I go, yeah, it's match report. You look it up. Blah, blah, blah. Like to open that back up. And anybody who knows me also knows that, like most people these days, there's blended family situations and you always want to be careful about what you put out there. Same thing with, I actually have a day job. Same thing that, my customers may come, search for my name and find something. At the end of the day, I don't say anything. I might say fuck now and again, which if someone holds that against me, then good luck to them. My match reports are about a bit of fun, about enjoying the game of cricket, about sharing what we've done with my mates. So if they want to look it up, great. There's nothing I say that's malicious. I'm never going to talk religion, politics, any of that sort of crap, because you know what? There's plenty of other people who are much smarter than me who are paid to do that. I'm not looking to get paid. I'm just looking to do match reports. Anyway, that's it. Move on. So what are we, 5 minutes in? That's not too bad. I feel less. Here we go. This is getting bigger. I feel a little less bad today about my 30-minute rants, because I know a few people are going, oh, they go forever. Well, one, I'm now front loading the results. Clearly, this one I had a little bit of a chatting to do in the middle. And so if you don't want to listen, don't listen. But one of our guys today said to me how he puts it on in the morning and listens to it like a podcast, because you don't have to watch it because it's just my ugly mug. So feel free just to listen to. So there goes for half an hour while he's checking emails and whatever. So thanks, Joes. Know we had a conversation about you becoming my favourite cricketer at some point. You're making all the right moves there, mate. But yeah, so clearly some people just put it on, listen to it, put it on your earpods when you go for a walk, put it on when you're checking emails, put on when the family's sitting around for dinner. No little kids though. I mark it as not safe for kids. I try to say fuck as little often as I can, but I'm an Australian male from a Generation X. We just say fuck sometimes. It just is what it is. Anywho, I'm going to talk about the game now. We had a great game. It was really, really good. Yesterday was really hot, and those of you who've watched yesterday's game, or yesterday's match report, no, it was a tough, tricky game. Take my glasses off. Here we go. We're gonna wrap for a bit here. Yesterday was hot. It was probably I don't know. For some reason, I felt it yesterday not as bad. I felt it yesterday worse than I did last week out at Lower Portland for playing against Hawkesbury, when the flies were like the size of horses and the humidity was through the roof. Yesterday was just, I know it was the wind maybe, but I struggled a bit yesterday. And there's generally, you always take time to condition into a season, especially those of us playing Saturdays and Sundays pretty much week in, week out. It does take it out of you, but you can ease into it, and you can ramp up your conditioning as you go. I mean, I don't go running in the mornings, I don't go to the gym, I'm not a conditioner person. It's just playing cricket through the conditions, and you get better in the season. Yesterday, I was just heavy in the legs by the end of the day. I was looking for drinks breaks. I was keen to get out. Today, the temperature dropped a bit. Still a bit of a breeze around and things, and actually we put jumpers on by the end of the day. But again, I also look more forward to the classics and the Masters, because you're on turf. You've got an umpire. If anyone's being a dick, you've got an umpire to deal with it. You haven't got to deal with it yourself, like when you're self-umpiring on a Saturday. And you're not playing on Syntho, and which is okay. It's still cricket. You have fun. I mean, I had a ball yesterday, and I was really happy with how I bowled. And but there's just something a little bit more. So today we played. So moving on. Today was a much nicer day for a game of cricket. We played Warringah. We've played them a few times in the last few years. I think pop up on my Facebook yesterday. So it's 5 years since I first played. Classics for Castle Hill, which means it's 5 years since Castle Hill joined the classic competition. A lot of the guys came from Pennant Hills, and Castle Hill were able to secure some turf grounds and join the comp in our own right, which was good. I was involved with the club, obviously, for my Saturday stuff. So 5 years ago, since we started playing, I think we've played Warringah a couple of times. You tend to play sides. I mean, for example, we play Mossman next week. I think it's the third time in 5 years we played them, so you don't get to play everybody. It comes with time. So we definitely played Warringah last year, because my mate Chris, good shout out to Chris. Sorry, Chris, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually... I don't look up last names, or don't talk last names. I'm just looking up. I think it's... Is it Stoltz, Chris? Is that your surname? I heard them say today, go Stoltzy. I'd like to get it right, so let me just check. Because Chris is he's a gentleman. He's a great guy. Stolk. Sorry, Chris. Chris Stolk. I played with Chris last year in For Port Jackson Orange in the regional, the state regionals, where so Port Jackson is the Sydney base, and I believe the Sydney name has been reserved by somebody. I know exactly who, but I'm not going to say that because I think the guy's a lawyer. So Sydney plays under Port Jackson in the state competition. And Chris was in my team for that in the last state competition. Really good guy. So it's always good to play. The reason I know we've played Warringah before is because we played them last year, and it was after I'd already played with Chris. So this is the second time I played against Chris. Again, really good guy. Warringah, I was talking to Chris today, actually. He said, and Warringah tend to be the perennial third team behind the likes of Macarthur and I think it's Sri Lanka Lions, who are the top teams, the gun teams. Warringah tend to come in third. So to play against the team that's that quality, I mean, they've got obviously Simon Waddington, who's captain Australia, I think, for over 50s. And I'm sure there's some other guys who've played at least for New South Wales, if not Australia. So there's a really good team. We've not beaten them in that, as again I said, I was going back to, we've not beaten them in the time that I've been playing. So today, to get a win against them was good. It wasn't they had a bad day. It wasn't they had a half their team were away on representative duties or anything like that. It was actually a good game of cricket. We bowled well, we played well, we batted well. And I think we're probably just a better team on the day. Nothing, they wouldn't dispute that, I wouldn't think either. So to probably go through the day, let's talk about, I've got two scorecards here. I've actually got the screenshot of the written one. I've also got the play cricket ones gone in. Apologies for the hiccups. Let's go through the scorecard one. Today was, I can't talk enough about how well we bowled today. Our three quick, well, I was going to say three quicks. We've also obviously got Tiny, who's not a quick, but Tiny's like a crafty bowler, and that's why he opens the bowling and why he bowls his full complement. But I'll come back to Tiny because Tiny took a wicket. Tiny didn't go for many runs, bowled fantastically. But this year we've got three quicks, which we don't normally have. I mean, we know we used to have Tom Randy. Tom, if you're listening, a shout out. But we never really had much to supplement off the back of that. We're very good at having a quick open with Tiny at the other end, being wily and doing what he does. But then we didn't really have many quicks off that. We've now got three with obviously with JR. I mean, JR has been one of my favourite cricketers. I've nominated him before. So you've all heard of him. And then Tiny. We've now got Merv, Anthony. Anthony? Are you Anthony or Andrew? I'm going to call you an A, but you're Merv. A Mervin. So Merv's, I'm pretty sure it's Anthony. I think I've mentioned before is Merv's Declan's dad, who I play with on a Saturday. Declan's been one of my new up-and-coming favourite cricketers for a while. I think, not sure if I've had Merv added to that list, but he has now. So I think it's probably my first father-son new favourite cricketers. Both of these guys can bowl. Declan's a cracking bowler. He's getting better as he gets more comfortable. Bowled 3 spells yesterday, or 2 spells. Watch yesterday's match report. I'm not going to go into it again. And Merv's bowled for us today, and he cracked them open. I'll come back and go through the scorecard in a second. Then obviously we've got Jose, who's now joined us. Jose is probably the quickest of all of them. Jose's pulled out a 5 for today. So it was a day for the quicks. And then there was a containment role from, I guess, myself, Jamesy, and Stan towards the back end, doing our roles. I mean, when your 3 quicks have taken a bunch of wickets and they've bowled really well, and you look at it and you go, P. James, who is a top state player, skipper as well, he's only bowled 2 overs, you know your quicks have done the job. So so the rest of us were kind of role players for the day. But let's go through like the scene of things. To be honest, so in 12:13, so both openers were at 12:13. So we started a couple of minutes early. Second guy was out. Court Hungerford bowled Rose. JR's bowled well today. I know he wasn't probably as happy last game how he bowled. I think today, JR, you probably relaxed a little bit more. Just hit spots, worked the batsman out. We had left to right-handed combination. Just looked for the areas, was patient, waited, and got the edge. Caught by the skipper. I mean, I think Court Hungerford bowled Rose is up there with Court Marsh bowled Lily these days. So got their the second opener, you know, the guy that didn't face for 4. So had them like, what was that, 1 for 4? I was 1 for 14 to the other guy, yeah. So I think, pretty sure JR got the first wicket. In the end, JR's gone maiden 4, 1 for 7, yeah, third over. At the same time, this we can bring Tiny back in. Tiny's gone maiden 7, none for 11. So between those guys, after 3 overs each, we're 1 for 18, so 6 overs in, and they're not scoring. JR's fourth over went for a few runs. He went from 1 for 7 to 1 for 19, but it was really, they kind of started using the pace at that point, which is why Tiny's figure stayed low, because Tiny's a bit more wily and controls his pace better. Well, he's not a fast bowler, but he varies his pace. So Tiny's bowled his spell out. He's picked up. Did you pick up the other opener? Oh, wow. So we got Simon Waddington. So Tiny did a very good job. He actually picked up the former Australian captain. Caught by Glyn, actually. Glyn, day 2. Yesterday caught one low one diving down, and today caught a low one diving down. Great catch from Glyn. Great bowling from Tiny, just the pressure building up. So to get Simon Waddington for 3 was very, very good bowling. In the end, Tiny bowled his 8 out, and he went 1 for 25. So what are you talking? 3 and over. That's nothing. And cracked a I won't say cracked a skull. That's a bit aggressive for a game of cricket. Cracked them open a little bit. I mean, cricket's not linear. It can be, but when I'm scrolling up and down scorecards, I was surprised that, because Simon came in at 5, so I was surprised that that was the wicket that Tiny got, because he bowled brilliantly. So it wasn't until his 7th over. So if your opening bowler's bowled 8 overs and he takes number 5, that tells you what's happening all around the park. Obviously, as I said, JR got the first wicket. Merv's replaced JR because after that 4th over, went for a few. So Merv's come in and immediately made an impact. He got, there was a skied ball that could have been caught by bloody anyone, to be honest. Obviously, Mick with the gloves went chasing for it, and didn't quite get there. But it could have fallen between square leg, mid wicket. Let's be fair, I could have probably run in from mid off. Just didn't quite get there. But it didn't take. That must have been the second ball, because Merv, by his third ball, took the wicket of the opener. Caught by Stan. Nice high one. The opener was actually doing all right. He got 25. So yeah, did well there. Number 3 went on to get 44. So obviously when the bank came back, he was the left-hander, so he did well. Merv. Oh yeah. So 1 for 1. 1 for 3, 2 for 10, 2 for 12, 2 for 13, 2 for 18, 2 for 20, 2 for 24. So after 8 overs, Merv went for 2 for 24. So him and Tiny, 24 for him, 25 for Tiny. So, you know, on par. But some crucial wickets there from Merv, which gets him into my new favourite cricketers. Actually, well, and to be honest, like Merv's knee was giving him some trouble. So to take that first wicket and then to keep bowling and bowl 8 straight when he's having knee troubles at our age was some cracking work there, Merv. So you are now my new favourite cricketer, and your son has been in that group. So I think it's my first father-son new favourite cricketer. You get a thumbs up. I mean, it's kind of... I was going to say something that's probably not appropriate these days. So anyway, kind of moving through, where do we have? Caught stand by Mervyn, caught Hungerford Bod Rose, not outs. The left-hander got 44. Bowled Mervyn. Oh, that was a good ball. Number 4. D. Jeffs was bowled by Merv for 5. It wasn't an in-swing Yorker. It was just a straight Yorker, and it was a little bit extra pace on it and just went through him. Bottom of the bat, hit middle stump. It was, cracking ball. That's what put him on the list. So, look, this is where we go, what? The top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batsmen are out between Rose, Merv, Wright, and are not out. So at this stage, let's talk about, we'll get to drinks. So at 20 overs, 5 for 74. That's very, very good against a Warringah side. Question's going to be what's happened in the back end. Back ends where we've traditionally, especially against Warringah, let them sort of get off the hook a bit, and they've gone on to score like a couple of hundred, and we've just not been able to chase it down. Enter Jose. You guys have seen me mention Jose the last few weeks. Jose is really keen to get on my new favourite cricketers list. Dropped a catch off me today, so just didn't quite make it, and I really wanted the father-son duo. Jose knows this. We've talked about it. And Jose will be listening to this tomorrow when he's checking his emails. But it became the Jose show from there. Let's just go straight to the figures, mate. 5 for 31 from 8 overs. 5 for. That's just... I can't say enough about how good a bowler this guy is. I'm so glad he's joined our team. And let's be fair, a really, really good guy. Sorry, shame you had back spasms later in the day, but I think maybe, you sometimes got to pay back for the wickets you get. 5 for 31, so what are you talking, 8 overs? My maths is not that great. 8, 16, but just under 4 and over, and you've taken 5 wickets. So we've got... Caught Mervyn, that's right. That was a catch. I think the ball hit the sun. It was so high. And Merv's come in from... You're buying from that end. Yeah, it went backwards, so backwards square. More of a 45 maybe, but it went really high. And Merv's come in and taken a great catch. There's been a catch to JR, which I think, and again, if anyone wants to correct me in the comments, because I'm just going off some of this stuff from memory, I'm pretty sure the next one's hit it. Oh, is this Chris? It is too. So the skipper's told me I'm on next. I'm thinking, great, I'm going to get to bottom and mate Chris. That's going to be a great fun. So Chris then promptly gets out about 2 balls before I get to bowl. I'll take the team wicket, but probably mid off. Yeah, probably not quite long off. I'd say maybe a mid off. Chris has hit out at Jose, and JR's come in for a cracking good catch again. Another one of my previous former favourite cricketers, and well, still on my list, obviously. JR, so can catch, can bowl, can bat. We'll get on to the batting a little bit later. What are we doing? 24 minutes. Yeah, this could be a long night for those of you who want to stick around. Not sure if you've stuck around past getting the score and the waffle about how we're going to go public again, because it's not like a fucking corporation, and you're still listening to this waffle, then I guess at this point you really don't care how long this thing goes for. So yeah, I'll just wet the whistle if that's right with you. Anywho, on with the Joe Show. LBW next wicket for 3. Oh, and 2 really, really good bowls. Yeah. So then you got a 0 for a bowled. Their second last batsman went on to get 30 not out. So they had a 30 not out and a 44 not out, which come back from the bank in the end. So 9 for 149. Again, the bowling figures. I should take that sideways, to be honest. I mean, JR, 1 for 26 from 6. Tiny 1 for 25. Merv 2 for 24. Joe's 5 for 31. And as I said, we then kind of had. James only bowled 2 overs. None for 5 from 2. So it's nothing. I bowled 6 overs and bowling them from about 26 over till mid-30s, so almost the death, and only 4 overs left to not come off. And again, as I said, love you, Joe. You did some great work. Dropped 1 catch. Could have been the wicket, but again, I got none for 14, so just over from 6 overs. So just over 2 and over, bowling in the death period. I'll take that. Stan unfortunately came on at the end. It's a bit hard to come on cold right at the end, try and shut innings down. So I went for 18 from his 2 overs, but wasn't all that bad. If we have a look at where they were at drinks, they were 5 for 74. We had them 8 for 99 at one point. So that last couple of batsmen got them to 149. Which we kind of could have looked at that point and gone, oh, this is what Warringah does. We get them to like less than 100 and then they just get over the line. Well, today we didn't. We knew we had the batting attack and we went out to do a job. So let's now have a chat about the batting attack. So Skipper moved himself to open today. Having a chat with you, James, about as to why you opened today. You seem to be going up and down the order a little bit. I don't think it was a bad move. I assume it was a captain going out to take the game by the scruff of the neck and get us on the right foot. And you were batting very, very well. Unfortunately, got one and got caught behind. And let's be fair, actually got a very thick edge and it was flying. It was a cracking catch at first sleep. It would have killed most men. Sorry, it's another cat. I could hear this. I thought it was fireworks, but it was the cat on the mat. So James got 9, was batting well, looked really good, played some good shots. Just unfortunately, just got a good ball. He got a thick edge on it and got caught by. Again, at our age, most people in slips would either get hit in their face and killed or caught it. It's one or the other. But was the right move to go out, try and set the tone for the team. Mick at the other end was bombing them like in places that were, I don't know. My favourite is a big straight 6. I'm always a big fan of Mick straight 6. And today he just smacked me. I went out and umpired for the first 13 overs. Pardon me, sorry. So this is professional television here. Mick played very, very well. 2-6, dots, 2.6, 1-1, 4-4, 1-4-1. Yeah. Lots of fours, got in the bank very, very quickly. I think it's 30 in the bank for Classic. So Mick got himself in the bank. Nectar came out. obviously it's been a while since Nectar batted last game, but hasn't had a lot of batting experience lately, and he also got himself in the bank at 30, which is really good. So let's go to our drinks break. So we were 2 for 88. So assume that means, oh yep, so Glyn, that's right, Glyn got out right in the stroke of drinks. Was batting very, very well. 13 before he got out. LBW, one of the ones that probably actually was out. But if we compare, we were 2 for 88 at 20 overs. And what did I say they were? Yeah, we were 2 for 88. They were 5 for 74. So at drinks, we're in a good place. After drinks, things fell apart a little bit. Obviously lost Glenn. Oh, hiccup. Oh, I'm sorry. I should pause this the way I'm hiccuping. You know what? I'll have a drink. I'll fix it. Worst possible timing. Poor Stan. After coming on cold with the ball late, going for a few more than he would have liked. He got one with the bat off 12 balls. I can't say I was sitting, I don't know, 100 metres away on the sideline. Glenn. Bowl reports, Dan got a massive edge on it. You know, I try to be impartial on these things, so I'm going to continue to be impartial and go, you know what? It's cricket. Dan got an edge, or didn't get an edge. It's cricket. He got out of BW. So I didn't have a great day. Greg went out, bombed a massive 6 over the fence at mid-wicket, you know, to the right-hand batsman, whack it that way. Unfortunately, got bowled not long after that for 7. Jose, again, another 6, and then got caught for 12. I think, okay, let's check at that. So once Jose got out, we kind of went from 2 for 88 at drinks to 5 for 108 at 25. So in 5 overs, we lost 3 for 20. So it started to get a little hairy. And here we go. We're thinking we're on the ropes again, and we're letting them off again. You know, like no one really went to that mentality, but the conversations were there. So let's just sort of see how we go. But the back end did fantastic. So JR, who's never left my new favourite cricketers list, continues to perform with the bat. He's opening the bowling, and then he's, you know, backing us up at the back end of the day. Him and Tiny were batting very, very well. Tiny was on 6 and helped stabilise the innings before they were sort of pushing for. We got down to like 20 runs off 9 balls or something. Obviously, the worries start to happen. It's all good at this point because we've still got Nectar and Mick in the bank, so there's no cause for alarm. Having 2 guys in the bank is actually really good. Sometimes having one in the bank can be a little tricky because if they come back with a number 11 or a number 10, you lose that 1 wicket, and whether you got a guy in the bank or not is worth shit. But if you've got 2 guys in the bank, your number 10 and 11, 9, 10, 11 can be a little bit freer, get one of the guys back in, and hopefully you're not going to lose 2 of those wickets. Which is kind of where we were today. So having Mick and Nectar in the bank was crucial. For those of you who, I mean, I'm not sure, for those of you, if you're not that interested in cricket, then you're probably still not fucking here after 35 minutes, let's be fair, because I'm not that bloody charming. I think it was about 20. Actually, no, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure Merv went in at 10, and we needed 20 at that point. Got down to 11. I was still up like 8 or 7 or 8 overs, so we had plenty of time to get the runs. But back to JR's batting. JR was batting so well and unfortunately got out of BW for 19, leaving us with about 11. So I've come in with Merv, and both of us are perennial number 11, so it was really a case of what was going to happen. I'm pretty sure Merv hit a couple of singles, so we got it down to about 9. Let's be fair, Simon Waddington was turning them, not huge amounts, but he was turning them. So I would just do what I do and stick my big foot out and try and block them, and they would turn past the bat. So I was never going to hit one. Saw out the couple of balls. Next over, there was not much point of really me sticking around. It was might as well have a go. So had a swing, whacked one high in the air. Guy caught it. I just continued. I went for the run and just continued running off the field, to be honest. Was bringing back in Mick, and then followed by Nectar to wrap it up if we need to. I think we're down to 9. And Mick whacked a 6 and a 4 and wrapped it up. We won it with 6 overs to spare, 5 or 6 overs to spare. Notable figures. Mick 39, Nectar 30. Joe's 12, Glenn 13, and JR 19. Did very, very well. We ran it down. Everyone was happy. Got our first win over Ringer. Chris, it was cracking to play against you. Always is. You're a gentleman, and you, what's the word? Epitomise a cricketer. As somebody who's a gentleman, I know it's a very English thing, not an Australian thing, but yes, playing against the likes of you, it also shows the camaraderie within New South Wales. Let's go back. The camaraderie within Port Jackson and the Sydney Basin. Knowing those guys, I don't think I'd have actually had a conversation or spoken to Simon Waddington before, who'd, as I said, I was captain of Australia. I was chatting to him when I was umpiring a square leg, and just another cricketer, just another guy, nice guy, no pretenses, no carry on. This is what's good about the Classics competition, whether it's within our city, whether it's within our region, whether it's within our country or a state. Everybody I've come across has been nothing more than supportive. I know Garlo, I don't know if you watch these videos, Garlo, but Garlo talks about the man shed, and I'm sure this extends to the women as well, because I know a lot of women who are now playing over 40s women's cricket, the same thing. So, I mean, men shed is probably a loose term, but it's mental health for all of us. It's very important that as we get older, we get to play these things. Someone like myself who started very, very late. I apologise that I'm waffling right now, but I think every one of you who would even watch this or likes cricket and knows me or knows anybody who's playing it, let's be fair, it's all sports. I mean, I was playing Masters basketball for a while. I've got friends who still play and involved heavily in basketball. So whether it's basketball, cricket, rugby league, soccer, pickleball, the value of sport is extended to you. Those of you who know Nick and the intellectual disability stuff, and Nick's playing his first competitive cricket this year with some of his best mates who are New South Wales intellectual disability in their cricket team. Whether it's it's all important for everybody. We have to deal with certain things in our life. At work, I'm not going to jump on too much stuff right there because I've got a lot of strong opinions about people that you have to sometimes work with. But for the best part of our lives, whether you're older or younger or have a disability of some form, playing sport, whatever sport, is incredibly important and fun, and it keeps me out of sucking myself into a bubble. It keeps my son from sucking himself into a bubble. It keeps my other son from sucking himself into a bubble. I know my daughter was doing some sports that she was incredibly interested in. I'm not sure she's doing it at the moment, but it was good for all of us. I'll probably stop talking now. I'm just waffling shit. You're listening to me going, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, no, today, seeing mates like Chris, playing with other guys, cricket's a great leveler, so to be able to play with people that have played for Australia when I'm someone who's not played since such I was in my 40s, and still be able to compete is, that's what's good about cricket, and then sport in general. That's it. I think that's the end of tonight's one. I've been waffling for a bit now. The game's been well and truly done. I've taken my glasses off and just talking crap. Reach out through comments. If you want to say hello, just reach out through Messenger and shit. Always up for a chat, always up for a catch up. Anything involving cricket. Oh, for those of you who those of you following at home, I'm not going to say really care because I think everyone cares. Nick scored his first runs this weekend. Put the bowling cue in the shed because last week he bowled it over and had 12 no balls, so it was a tough day for the poor fella. But this week he didn't bowl, but this week he got a bat. He got his first runs in competitive cricket. He scored 3 runs off 9 balls. He got bowled, which is okay, and he knows what he did wrong or what he needs to think about and change to not get bowled next time. Having said that, there's 4 ducks in his team, so he a little bit ahead of everyone else. Did well. Please just punch for him. So yeah, he's doing 3 forms of training during a week, 2 lots of club training and 1 lot with just his mates from the New South Wales ID team, or that he plays within his Saturday team. And he's going to start getting some individual lessons on Thursday, some individual coaching, so he's really, really keen. Yeah, doing good. Jack went fishing this weekend, caught some fish apparently, which is good. So it's good for him to take a week, rest his knee up, and come back strong soon. Welcome to summer, everyone. It's fun times. See ya. Bye.